Why, hello everyone, how are you doing this fine day? Hope you're enjoying your week. Welcome to another survival challenge, in particular, a John Wick survival challenge. You know how it works. It's coming on to the weekend, so we're gonna do a nice, simple, more or less quick video. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. Trust me, it's gonna be amazing. I know y'all are all on a bit of a Helldivers thing right now, but you know, who doesn't like John Wick? Yes, this martial arts is badass. It's Keanu Reeves. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. If you've never seen one of my videos before, the basic gist of this video is that we're gonna go in there, we're gonna take little Keanu Reeves, and we're gonna rip him out of the John Wick universe, and we're gonna chuck his ass into fucking space. It's fine. He'll be okay. He's fucking Keanu Reeves. And then instead, we're gonna put one of these four badasses down and replace them, and we're gonna see what they would do and if they would survive being Excommunicado, which, if you haven't seen John Wick, it's this thing where basically all the assassins of the entire planet start fucking hunting him and there's nowhere he can go. He's not allowed to use the neutral zones of the different continentals around the world. It's really badass. It's basically the entire plot of the movies beyond John Wick 2, John Wick 3, and John Wick 4. He's gotta survive all that shit. Now, in a previous video, I have already gone into deep detail on exactly what being excommunicadoed actually entails, but it has been a very, very long time. So instead of going over it again or force you to go watch the other video, I'm just gonna take that section of that video out and just plop it into this video, okay? So if you've already seen that video, then you can just skip that section. I'll have timestamps down below. You can just go to the very first character section. And if you haven't seen it, or you just love the angelic sound of my gorgeous voice, you could just watch through the whole thing again, and then you'll get everything you need to know. All right, we good? We got everything? Cool? Okay, let's get started. Now, first off, as always, I guess I have to explain to you what the actual challenge is. I don't know why you clicked on a fucking martial arts survival challenge. You'd assume that you've probably seen John Wick. I don't know what the fuck you're doing here if you haven't seen John Wick. Like, come on, man. It's 4 movies, and they're some of the biggest movies that come out. Do I really have to do this? Spit the rotten cum out your mouth and go watch the John Wick movies. They're mostly very good. 2 isn't. 2's a piece of shit. But the other 3 are really good. Just go watch them so I don't have to do this. No. I should thank you, really, for the opportunity. No. The privilege to go over and explain a bunch of shit you should already know, and adding untold amounts of editing time to this video. Thank you. Thank you. So what exactly is the high table? How does the world of John Wick work? What is the challenge that our martial arts masters have to deal with in today's survival challenge? Well, the way I like to look at the John Wick world is that it's basically a shonen anime. And what I mean by that is that in a bunch of different shonen animes, the entire universe of those animes exists around one particular occupation, right? Like Naruto is all about ninjas. If you're not a ninja in Naruto, you don't fucking exist. The entire society revolves around ninja culture, right? If you're Toriko, the entire world revolves around chefs and the culinary arts. Every single creature and enemy in the entire world is in some way related to food or being a chef. And you can basically go down the list with this. My Hero Academia, the entire world revolves around superheroes. Demon Slayer, the entire world revolves around demon slayers. Fairy Tail, the entire world revolves around mages. And on and on and on and on. The entire society, economic structure, everything is entirely based around some form of occupation. Well, that's basically what John Wick world is. Except in this case, it's assassins. Basically, this world cannot function if there aren't assassins. Their entire economic structure and society is built on it. It's so accepted in their world. Every single person you run into, from the homeless people on the streets to the local police station to just random ass people on the subway, are all involved in this insane, over-the-top, overbearing assassin culture. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the entire John Wick series is just a prequel, and the next film that comes out is gonna be about some middle school kid going into high school and dreaming about becoming the world's greatest assassin, and one day being just as great as John Wick, just like every other shonen anime in existence. You know, I feel like I'm painting this as a bad thing, but that's actually a really cool idea. Like the idea that John Wick is actually like Gold Roger or All Might, and then there's a whole generation of young kids who want to grow to be assassins and become the next Baba Yaga. That would be a pretty fucking cool series. That should have been the series, not the Continental. That should have been the series right there. A fucking live action shonen anime revolving around a bunch of middle schoolers wanting to be the new Baba Yaga. That is some cool shit right there. So with their society being entirely revolved around murder for money, basically, you can't just have a society like that and not have someone in charge, someone keeping shit sane. Because if you just let that shit go, your society turns into fucking, I don't know, Warhammer 40K or some shit, it just becomes chaotic. Everyone just starts murdering each other. You got serial killers. It just becomes insane. So someone had to rise up and take the reins and create rules and structure for the society, or else it would just fall the fuck apart. And the organization that did that is the High Table. Now, we don't really know the structure of the High Table for the most part. Like, we don't know if it's literally a table with a bunch of super powerful dudes that all sit around it and just talk about shit and plan out the structure of the world. We don't know if it's one guy. We don't know if it's a bunch of people. It's just this overbearing, all-powerful presence that controls everything, and it only ever really works through other people who show up and clearly have a lot of power over the assassins within this world. So as far as how the structure works, I can't really tell you because the movies haven't really told us yet. I feel like the entire John Wick franchise has only shown us up to this point a very small fraction of exactly what the High Table is, and perhaps they'll show us more in the future. So as of right now, what exactly do we know of the High Table? Well, we know that they employ a lot of assassins. How many assassins? How many people exist on the planet? 8 billion? They have 8 billion assassins. That's not even a joke. Every single person in this entire franchise is in some way involved with like assassin shit. You have bums on the street, doctors, random librarians. At the end of John Wick 2, John is having a meeting in a park with a friend, and then he basically gets outed and a bounty goes on his head that gets sent to all of the assassins that work for the High Table. So once this happens, he starts walking out the park, and literally every single person that's just chilling in this park, completely unrelated to John Wick, starts getting a text saying that his bounty has been opened. Literally everyone. There isn't a single person in this park that's not an assassin. How is that even possible? Like, there's no soccer moms walking her dog or anything. They're all just badass assassins. What fucking public park is this? And look, even if every single person in the world isn't an assassin, they're at bare minimum aware of the assassin culture. I mean, there are multiple shootouts in train stations. There's a stabbing at one point that happens in a crowded area, and nobody gives a shit. They're just totally cool with this shit happening. Nightclubs have shootouts in them, and everyone just keeps dancing and doesn't really care that people are fighting to the death in front of them. It just seems to be very widely known that this is something that happens all the fucking time across the entire planet, in every city, in every country. I mean, over the course of these movies, how many people does John Wick kill? 10,000? That might actually be a lowball. I mean, this dude kills a lot of fucking people. The High Table seems to have limitless people to just throw at him wherever he goes, no matter what. And the crazy part is that this whole thing happened because John shot one dude in a hotel where he wasn't supposed to shoot the dude, and they thought this one action was so atrocious that they would send so many men to their death going after John Wick that they would lower the oxygen level requirements on the planet Earth. This motherfucker killed more people than Genghis Khan. How is the High Table not sweating how many people they've lost? You know what? Maybe that's what it is. If the entire economy of the John Wick universe is based on assassination, killing this many assassins may actually improve the economy. Maybe that's what the John Wick films are all about. They don't actually care all that much about the dude John Wick shot. That's not the point. Look, everybody, inflation is fucking ridiculous. Let's send about 20,000 people after John Wick, fix the problem overnight. So yeah, the High Table has lots and lots and lots and lots of people that they can just constantly send all the time without any real limit to how many they can send. They are incredibly powerful, have some insane technology. Like, a lot of the assassins wear suits that are fucking bulletproof. Like, impossibly bulletproof. Like, John Wick literally uses his fucking jacket on his suit as a shield, like fucking Captain America, to block bullets at point blank. Even shotgun blasts don't really seem to go through it all that well. And you have these black armored troopers that go in with 100% armor, like even shooting them in the face in their little screen visor things with a shotgun doesn't go through the fucking screen. You actually need shotguns that shoot armored piercing rounds, and then you still have to shoot them through the visor, not the regular armored part. I don't know who made these fucking suits, but get that guy's name and sell that to the military, because we ain't losing no fucking wars if we got that shit. And really, that's it. That's what makes the High Tower so dangerous. The ridiculous amount of people, the fact that it's incredibly hard to actually get to them because nobody knows where they are or who they are. They just have this power that stretches over everybody. The fact that no matter where you go, you're not safe because literally homeless guys in the streets work for them and create this information network under them. You aren't safe anywhere. You're not really going to have much of a time to rest. And it's just way after wave after wave after wave of extremely skilled fighters that are bulletproof coming after you. So how are our martial arts masters going to deal with this onslaught of bullshittery? Let's find out. Oh, look at that. Wasn't that a nice little trip down memory lane? I was so young there. I was like 4 years old. Didn't know nothing. Totally ignorant of the world and its nature. Never once felt the warmth of a woman. As her blood poured out of her eyes, as I squeezed tighter and tighter around her throat, slowly watching the life drain from her. That there was a joke about me being a serial killer of women. Yes, a joke. First up on Chomp Block, we have Jack Reacher. This dude is gonna get so fucked up. And look, I understand, it's Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher's a beast. I know that. I know it deep down in the bowels, the pits of my balls. I know it. But he's only a beast among like normal dudes and an acceptable number of normal dudes. Like, yeah, he's a 6'5" tall, giant, muscular badass with military training who's super intelligent. Okay, cool. But John Wick got thrown off of a fucking like, what, 7-8 story building and was more or less okay? As a 50-year-old man? These aren't human people. The largest number of people we've ever seen Jack fight unarmed, 8, 9, maybe? And he generally gets pretty like hurt when he does it. Like, he's not an unstoppable beast. I mean, even in season 3, we see Paulie super fuck him up. Super fuck him up. He really struggled against Paulie multiple times. He wasn't even capable of damaging him with his punches at first. Paulie's a big dude, but he ain't no fucking Super Saiyan. The main thing that makes Jack Reacher such a fucking beast isn't necessarily his physical power, although his physical power is very impressive. It's his mind. He's got crazy good detective skills to the point of it almost being fucking superhuman. He comes to conclusions based on very, very little information. I wouldn't go as far as to say it is straight up superhuman. I mean, we have seen him be wrong. Like when he guessed that Finley's wife left him, but in reality, he was actually a widower and his wife had died. We have seen him come to wrong conclusions, and we've seen his arrogance make it so that he doesn't believe that he's come to wrong conclusions, not even accepted the possibility that he could have had a wrong conclusion until it's proven that he did. So he does have some weaknesses in the mental category. However, I don't think that'll really matter much. If he goes searching for someone, like if he wants to go take on the people at the high tower or find the Continental or find out that this entire assassin organization even exists, he will very, very likely be able to find all of that shit out. He'll be able to find who he needs to find when he needs to find them. The problem is he will never in a million fucking years ever get to the person that he needs to get to. John Wick couldn't even walk a full fucking block without being attacked by at least a half a dozen fucking super assassins after he got excommunicadoed. Is excommunicadoed? Like, can you use that as a whatever. And John Wick isn't even a 6'5" fucking giant beast of a man. He actually has some stealth skills and is somewhat capable of not being caught. Jack can't hide from anything. And we've never even really seen him try for the most part. I mean, just like little parts from time to time for like a couple minutes, but not like over the course of an entire fucking world-long hunting thing where like everyone on the planet's trying to fucking kill him. In this universe, homeless people are trying to kill you. The fucking dude who works at the corner store selling licorice is trying to kill you. Everybody is a fucking assassin in this universe. He can't possibly survive. If we start Jack Reacher off at the beginning of John Wick 3, he's dead not even 10 minutes into the movie. He's fucking done. Can't do shit. He won't even have time to figure out where all these people are. And as we've seen in John Wick, even if he does find all the people at top and he does kill them, that doesn't solve his fucking problem. John Wick literally did the exact same thing in John Wick 4 and he still had to go through all the shit that he went through. It didn't do anything. Yeah, Jack Reacher's fucked. Okay, everybody, before we continue, I have a little bit of an announcement to make. It's kind of cool. I joined Amazon's affiliate program. In case you're not aware what that is, I'm not gonna go into super hardcore detail, but basically, I get links to certain products on Amazon, and if you click on those links and buy those things, I get a small percentage of the things that you buy. Just to be clear, Amazon doesn't tell me what to advertise. What I advertise is specifically up to me. I can advertise literally anything on the Amazon website, and as long as you click the link, you are supporting the channel. Because I understand understand the general notion that a lot of people would like to support the channel, but they don't want to just give me donations of money without getting anything in return. Why would you? So this way, I recommend things that I think are good, and if you want to check them out, you can, and if you do, you'll be getting something, and you will also be supporting the channel, which is much appreciated. And the product I'm going to recommend today is super obvious to me. The Hellboy library editions 100% are something that everybody should have. They're fucking awesome. I was on Amazon the other day looking for things that you guys might enjoy, and I noticed you can get volume 1 of Hellboy library edition for 45% off. Normally this book's around $60, but it's currently $32.99, which is a fucking steal for this book. It's 288 pages, hardcover, very nice hardcover, and it's just an extremely good value for this book just in general, but it's also a bonus that Hellboy just happens to be one of the best superhero comics ever written. It's so good. It doesn't have any of the bullshit that Marvel and DC superhero comics have. No continuity bullshit, no constant retcons, no character acting out of character every once in a while and then constantly changing back and forth from different characters depending on who the writer is. All of Hellboy only has one writer, and it is a very, very well done story. All 7 of them are on sale. Make sure to check down below in the video description and I'll have a link to all 7 volumes. Not that you have to get all 7 or anything, but if it's something that even slightly interests you, you should definitely pick up volume 1. Like I said, at the time this video drops, it's only $32.99. It's really not that much, and it's a fucking good story, guys. It's really good. Just make sure that you have a gay dude to read it for you so you don't catch some of that shit. Next up on our list, we have Christopher Smith, aka Peacemaker, from the fuck you think it's from? Really? Like, it's obviously it's from Peacemaker. Why even asking that question? No, you know what? It's from Pootie Tang. Fucking assholes, dude. When I put Peacemaker on this list, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he'd be a lot well, not a lot higher. I thought he would be 1 slot higher than he is. And the main reason for that is because of his gadgets and guns and his skill with guns. He's really, really, really fucking skilled. His helmets have all different kinds of crazy powers, like the ability to just create this shockwave that instantly, like, not vapor, I was about to say vaporizes. It doesn't vaporize. It basically turns all people into fucking mist. Just bloody mist. It's just boom, you know? And that's just one helmet. He has a bunch of different helmets that can kill so many people. He's also considered in the DCU as the greatest marksman on Earth. That's pretty fucking impressive, and we've actually seen him do some really crazy shit, like being able to shoot another bullet as it's flying through the air. There's nothing in John Wick even close to this level of accuracy. The problem that Peacemaker's gonna have is with his physical fighting ability. While in the Suicide Squad movie, he's actually super, super strong. Like, he's shown to have superhuman strength. When he fights against Rick Flag, he literally chucks that bitch like fucking 15 feet. Like, he's clearly stronger than a normal human. However, when you go into the Peacemaker show, he seems to not only be a lot dumber, but he's also a lot less physically strong. We don't really see him do anything that requires superhuman physical strength. He's a lot more realistic. In fact, we see other martial artists beat his fucking ass, specifically Judo Master, that is not a superhuman being, because it is true most of the time when Peacemaker gets his ass kicked, it is being done by people who are superhuman. But Judo Master's not superhuman. He's just a master judo, and he whoops this dude's ass. He's like half his fucking size. And even in the Suicide Squad, where he's clearly stronger than a normal person should be able to be, he still almost loses to Rick Flag, who is a normal guy. All Rick Flag had to do was hit him in the face with a pipe, and it pretty much fucking floored him immediately. Oh, god fucking damn it. Okay, so in this portion of the video, I talk a lot about how Peacemaker was nerfed from the Suicide Squad to Peacemaker Season 1, because he was. I filmed this video 2 days ago, and then today, while I was editing, a new episode of Season 2 of Peacemaker came out, where Peacemaker chucked Judo Master 30 fucking feet into a tree. So they gave him back strength that he had that was more similar to what he had in the Suicide Squad. So all the stuff I say about him losing strength, it is no longer the case. Fuck me, I guess. But, I mean, just ignore that part. I'm probably gonna mention it a couple of more times. Shit is what it is. I don't know what you want me to say. So while I do think he will do better than Jack Reacher just simply because of all of his crazy tech and way better marksman abilities, that's really where it kind of ends. I'm not even really sold on the idea that Peacemaker would be able to beat Jack Reacher in a fight. Jack Reacher, we see being able to take on 8, 9, 10 dudes in a room and beat their asses. He's intelligent enough during combat as well as skilled enough and has good enough training training that he could do something like that. Peacemaker certainly is a trained fighter, but every time we see him go up against another trained fighter, he struggles hard. We don't ever see him just go in and wipe out a whole room of dudes with his bare hands. While he is a character that knows martial arts, he's not a martial arts character, like many of the other characters on this list, and arguably Jack Reacher as well. And honestly, that would be the case whether or not Peacemaker nerfed him from the Suicide Squad, which it most certainly did. I mean, fuck, remember the Suicide Squad where Peacemaker was having a shoot-off with, not Deadshot, but the fucking Deadshot equivalent, whoever, fucking Idris Elba? They're having this shoot-off, and Peacemaker's using all kinds of crazy weapons, from fucking blow darts to a pistol that shoots bullets that fucking explode with an explosive impact enough to completely blow up a dude's body. What kind of fucking explosive is that? There's no explosive on Earth that's the size of a fucking 22 that would be able to blow up an entire human body just completely into mush. That doesn't exist. Not to my fucking knowledge. If I did, give me that shit. I'd use a 22 if it came with that kind of bullets. In the show, he's not really shown doing all that much. He has his helmets, and his helmets are more impressive than they were in the Suicide Squad, but physically speaking, and in terms of his guns, it's just kind of normal shit. It's just not all that impressive. And in order to survive something like John Wick, you have to be more impressive than that. I mean, I guess you can argue that he could just walk through the entire story of John Wick with his little helmet just constantly pulsating, turning everybody into fucking... Well, no, because that helmet has limited uses. He can't just keep doing it over and over again. So no, I don't think. Maybe? I don't remember. If he can do it over and over again, why doesn't he just keep that fucking helmet the whole time? That would have been useful a lot. He only really uses it the one time in the first episode of season 1, and then he never uses it again. Am I forgetting something? Was he able to use that more than once? Because I think there was like a plot thing where he could only use it a couple of times or the charges ran out. I don't know. I might be making that up. If not, I say bad writing, because that shit seems super useful for him to just never fucking use it again. That is very clearly the most useful helmet that he has, and he only uses it one time. The fuck, Chris? But honestly, even if he did have that helmet and he just walked through the entire plot, just blowing up anyone who came near him, I mean, they could still fucking snipe him or shoot him from afar. He can't dodge bullets. He could shoot a bullet out of the air, but he still has normal human levels of speed, even in the Suicide Squad movie where he's superhuman. He's still not such a fast quick draw that he could literally pull a gun out and shoot a dude before a bullet's flying through the air and hits him like that. He's not that fast. So yeah, overall, he's not really that consistent. But even if we take him at his absolute strongest, most powerful with all of his best gadgets, he's still getting fucked up by a room of like 10 assassins. Or just like one dude with a sniper rifle that can take him out real quick. He's dead. He's going to die. Next up on the list, we have Gary Eggsy Unwin. Fucking Brits, man, with their goddamn names. Just be something normal and common, you know? Like Rouga. Okay, so here's on the list when we're getting to the characters that are just straight up not human. They are beyond what any normal person could do, and I know this is going to sound very blasphemic, but I think Eggsy can do basically everything John Wick can do, but better. He's just a better, stronger, in every way I can think of, greater version of John Wick. I understand that sounds crazy, and everybody always talks about John Wick as like he's the greatest current fighter in American movies, but I feel like that's only the reason because the movies focus more on fighting than the other movies do. Like, there's way more fighting in the John Wick movies than there is in the Kingsman movies. The Kingsman movies have a lot of story and spy shit with occasional fight scenes. John Wick is basically all fighting with like occasional snippets of not fighting before then going right back into fighting. But if you actually see what each character is capable of, Eggsy is way more impressive than anything John Wick has done. John Wick, for the most part, other than stamina and his ability to fall from high places, is mostly human, kind of. Like a really, really skilled, slightly stronger than human. Eggsy is not slightly stronger than human. He's not human at all. The dude's capable of hitting people so hard they go flying 15, 20 feet across the fucking room. He has his umbrella gun with multiple settings, including a stun setting, and when he shoots someone with the stun setting, it hit this dude in the forehead. He flew through the air, did 2 backflips, and smashed through a table. If you shot anything with any kind of projectile at all that hit someone so hard they did 2 fucking backflips, they would be dead. John Wick would be dead. That is not a stun attack, but that's the fucking stun setting on this gun. It has a lethal setting. What does a lethal setting do? Blow up the fucking planet? How is that stun? Pretty much all of Eggsy's enemies in these movies are not human. He fights a dude with a cyborg arm that like he's like cyborg strength. I don't know what that would be, but it's super fucking strong cyborg strength. He fights a chick with 2 sword legs. He gets chucked through walls, shot with bullets, leaps ridiculous distances. It's just very clear when you watch the Kingsman movies that these stunts are not possible without some kind of wire fu, which is not the case for John Wick. Because again, again, John Wick characters don't really do anything that a human person can't do in their stunts. Kingsman humans can't do this, so wire fu is necessary. Ergo, he's just physically more impressive. He also has all the crazy spy gadgets that John Wick doesn't have. It's way more impressive than any of the shit that John Wick has. He's just as godly accurate as John Wick, pretty much always shooting someone in the head. His quick draw is basically just as fast as John Wick's. He has the exact same bulletproof suit that John Wick has, where he uses his suit to block fucking bullets. He's just all in all a much better, stronger version than John Wick in basically every way that you could say he is. He is. It is what it is. It just is. Now, having said that, just because he's physically better than John Wick doesn't mean that he will survive as long as John Wick did. John Wick started off with a lot of underlying knowledge of how this assassin world worked. He knew his way around and how to deal with certain situations. He knew who to make deals with and who not to. He had old friends who were willing to come out and help him with certain situations where he would have not survived otherwise. None of this stuff Eggsy has. But mainly the biggest weakness that Eggsy's gonna have here is the fact that he's kind of worthless without the Kingsman. Eggsy by himself does have training and he is rather clever, but he gets all of his missions and is put on the right track to accomplish all of his goals because of his ties to the Kingsman. Even after the Kingsmen are wiped out at the beginning of Kingsman 2, fucking spoilers for a who knows how old movie, Eggsy has absolutely no idea what to do. He still needs Merlin, and he needs to go and contact the statesmen who then help him continue his mission to try and see who wiped out all the Kingsmen. Without them, he had nothing. He didn't know what to he couldn't do anything. He didn't have the information gathering skills that would have been necessary for him to overcome a challenge like that. And he's not gonna have it here because we're not giving him the Kingsman. So he's basically just gonna be hunted all across the world by a bunch of assassins and having to fight them off for basically ever. Maybe like torture some people. I mean, we've never seen him torture some people, so that would be new for him. But like interrogate or try to get information from some people to get what he needs so that he can go and deal with the thing in the places he needs to go. But that's like, I just don't think he's gonna get the information that way. If you've ever seen these John Wick movies, a lot of it is based on the idea that John Wick already knows a lot of this shit, and it's a very, very secret organization that is not very good at being secret, admittedly. Like, they straight up just shoot people in fucking crowded areas, and people for the most part just ignore it. I actually think secretly everyone in the John Wick universe already knows about this shit. Everyone knows, and they're just pretending they don't fucking see anything. Because there's no way they don't see some of this shit happen. It's literally in the middle of fucking crowded intersections and airports and subways. There's literally hundreds of people all around seeing it happen. So while I do think 100% that Eggsy is physically capable of doing anything that John Wick did, he does not have the underlying knowledge or the ability to acquire that underlying knowledge in order to do what he needs to do. He's not someone who can hunt people down and find locations and things like that. And because of that, it's just a matter of time before somebody kills him. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna happen. Last up, but certainly not least, we have Beatrix Kiddo from the Kill Bill series. And this bitch is gonna fuck up the whole John Wick universe. It ain't even gonna be close. This ain't fair. Why do I even have this bitch on the list? Beatrix is not a human character. The shit she does is fucking wild, even more so than Eggsy. She snatches a bitch's eye out of her fucking head. They shoot her in the chest with a shotgun that's filled with rock salt, and that doesn't like kill her or even really put her down for all that long. They then take her and bury her several feet underground in a box, trying to like bury her alive, and she breaks out of the box by punching through the front of it. Do you have any idea how difficult that would be? Not only does she have to punch her way out of a coffin, which is hard enough as it is because she only has like 3 inches to actually throw a punch. It's not like she has a ton of room for wind up, but it's also buried under several feet of dirt, which is like hundreds and hundreds of pounds of dirt that's pushed up against the front of the coffin. This would be basically impossible for anybody to do. This is a superhuman feat. At the end of Kill Bill Volume 1, she fights against 72 swordsmen and defeats every single one of them at the same time. And yes, I counted, there's 72. John Wick's never had to do that shit. I mean, yeah, in one movie he's killed that many. He's killed way more than that. But in a single fight, just him locked in a room with 72 people having to take them all on with his bare hands, he's never had to do that. Don't you fucking lie to me. And honestly, that wasn't her hardest fight. We've seen her have 1v1 fights that were considerably more difficult than the 72 dudes with swords she had to beat. Like having to fight that sexy ass bitch Go-Go. What? Oh, you gonna give me shit because she a teenager? She's wearing a high school outfit. She's only like 16 or 17 or whatever. Don't give me that shit. I watched this movie when it came out and I was younger than her. I thought she was a sexy ass bitch back then. And what, that's gonna suddenly change? No, she looks good. She looks, you know, if I met her today, I would probably still think she was a sexy ass bitch. Y'all know she's sexy when y'all watching this movie. The woman is objectively attractive. Go fuck yourself. My point is that Beatrix in this movie is fucking broken. She's physically stronger than a normal human. She's faster than a normal human. She can fly through the air and do fucking wire fu bullshit. She has insane levels of balance. We also know that she's not limited just by using swords. She's actually a master marksman, as we see in her backstory when she has to go fight that shotgun bitch. And on top of all of her superhuman physical abilities that far surpass anything we've ever seen John Wick do, she also, throughout the course of Kill Bill movies, has to hunt people all across the world, many of which have changed their identity, changed their names. They're hiding out in places that are really, really difficult to find. She's actually super good at tracking people down, finding them, and killing them, which is something she's gonna have to deal with if she's put in this situation. She has all the skills she needs to have at a level that is far superior to what she needs to have them at in order to survive this. At one point in this movie, she tracks down the dude she's trying to kill's dad, who's living in the middle of the woods somewhere in some kind of random South American country. How the fuck did she find this dude? I don't know. She did it. She just did. There's like 4 or 5 people she hunts down over the course of this movie that there is no way she should be able to locate. Not even a little bit. I don't get it. You don't get it. It's fine. It's a movie. Just watch it. You enjoy it. It's a good movie. She wins. There ain't a damn thing anyone in the John Wick universe can do to stop her. She easily solos the entire universe. Maybe she might get killed if someone can like snipe her from super far away when she's not expecting it. Perhaps. Doubtful, but it could happen. But other than that, if anyone tries to do any of the stuff that they tried on John Wick, that shit ain't gonna work. They're gonna die. They're gonna die so bad. But that's gonna be all for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and join the membership. Remember, join the membership, you get exclusive access to unique videos that no one else could get. And don't forget to check the pinned comment down below where there'll be a link to the Discord, as well as my second channel where I put all manner of different videos that are not survival challenges. Anything that I feel like talking about that's not gonna be a survival challenge, gonna go over there. Maybe a review of Borderlands 4. I don't know. I just bought it today. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll like it, maybe not. I don't know. Borderlands has been bumming me out in the last few entries. And always remember, y'all stay safe out there, you hear?